If you're a Ghanaian youth watching this video, then you can relate very well with what I'm about to share with you right now. Do you remember the guy or girl who used to be the first in your class? I mean, your teacher's favorite, your teacher's personal assistant who used to always write on the board in the absence of your teacher. I mean, the guy or girl who used to sometimes mark your exam papers just to come to your class, expose your marks, and make fun of you because they feel you are not super intelligent. I mean, the guy or girl who the teacher used to compare you to, saying, say, you are not intelligent. The teacher was using that person's marks to compare your marks. I mean, the guy or girl who your teacher will forgive multiple times for making mistakes in class, but the teacher will not think twice about punishing you for just one mistake. I sat down for hours to think about this on a deep level, and one question just came into my mind. And the question is, those who seem to be taking the shine in class, those who are giving the guru names, Shako, yeah, Kojo Pythagoras theorem, he could memorize all the formulas in the maths textbook. But it seems they are having the opposite in real life. Surprisingly, those who you look down upon, those who you underestimated, those who you overlooked, those who used to be at the bottom when it comes to the class positions, seem to be the ones who are excelling in life. If the formulas were the solution to a better life, why then are we experiencing the opposite when it comes to real world? I just don't get the whole misconception behind this whole thing. What I want you watching this to know is that school will reward your memory, but school won't reward your mindset. You can literally score grade A in maths and still fail in real life. All because school will test you with questions, but life is going to test you with pressure. The difference is the so-called smart Shako students in school were programmed to follow rules and regulations, so they are even scared to make mistakes. But those who were disregarded and labeled as the bottom of the class, they were the ones who were labeled as failures, so they didn't even mind failing. And real life is rewarding people who are not scared to fail multiple times to figure out ways to win. That is why those who were looked as people on the bottom are now the ones on top when it comes to real life. Your so-called classmates who were spirit killers, the same ones who would laugh at you just for raising your hand to share your opinion in class. Your leaders who would discourage you and make you feel worse than you currently are just because you are attempting to level up your mindset. And so you take your mind off school and then you better yourself in relevant skills, and you realize that only until a matter of time life begins to make sense. You figure out new ways to survive that most people can't relate with, and real life gives you the difference between the lives of those who were labeled as mediocre and those who were labeled on top in school. We are experiencing the opposite these days. In Ghana, you win not by being the smartest, but by being useful and practical with the knowledge you obtain from your theories. And so you need to better yourself and equip yourself with relevant skills so that in the coming years you can still survive. Learn how to sell, learn how to market, learn how to position yourself as an authority online, learn how to use AI as leverage and as your advantage in the coming years. The real exam is life. So stop waiting for revision week in order to get started when it comes to preparation. Start right now. Make sure to follow for more real talks. It's with your boy Billy Great, and I'm out.